welcome back to Maria and Joe Live TV. And today, actually, or this week is Memorial Day. So as we promised you guys, we're gonna be covering about the Memorial Day. And make sure you don't get confused with Veterans Day and Memorial Day. Yeah. Memorial Day is to actually remember those people who died to protect us. Right. And Veterans Day is actually to celebrate the people in the service.
And veterans, correct.
And veterans. Oh,
yes.
So both of them.
Yes. So Memorial Day is basically a day of remembrance for our fallen soldiers, sailors, Air Force, Marines that were killed in combat or who are no longer with us.
Oh, I got you.
Yes.
Well, as you can see, he already speak, but I have Jason here. He's a staff sergeant or sergeant?
Retired staff sergeant.
Okay, so go ahead and let us know more about you.
Well, I'm a 100% disabled combat veteran. I'm retired out of 1st Reconnaissance Battalion, 1st Marine Division, Camp Pendleton. And I was actually born and raised here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So
you are?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm one of those guys. I'm actually a native vegan, but I just turned 45 last week, so I've been here a long time.
Oh, you're 45?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, I've got such a baby face. That's why I had to grow this out so people think I'm older. It's like... That and it kind of scares people.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. Okay. Well,
I don't know why.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say too. Well, actually, Jason, I met Jason through a friend.
Yes.
Is that your boss?
He's the vice president of CRI, the counterterrorism school that I work at.
How is he?
Chris is awesome. He's busy as all get out. I mean, we got so many different things going on at the counterterrorism school, and there's so much outreach in the community that we're doing, and we're getting ready to stand up another CRI out in Texas. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, we're expanding.
Is he? Yeah, is he going out there? He's from
Texas.
Well,
he's from Texas. He's a Texas boy. I mean, through and through. I mean, he's awesome.
Yeah, his accent is really like like howdy.
He's very talking like that, but just because he talks slow doesn't mean he is slow. He's a very sharp individual.
Oh God, yes. See, I have a lot of friends who's in the executive position. And I never seen them. Yeah. Including Chris. I never seen him for 8 months, I think. Yeah. Well, hi, Chris.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Well, anyways, we are. Well, I invited this guy, viewers, because he is a veteran and he was in the military. So there's a lot more of things that we don't know that he might be talking about. Here's my questions.
All righty.
Okay. Well, I already asked you how about tell us about yourself, and you know what? So I was talking earlier about Memorial Day is to remember all those
the veterans that served that are no longer with us.
Yes,
that's what Memorial Day is. It's a day of remembrance. Usually, like a lot of people, they do their barbecues to hang out with their families and stuff like that. But for veterans, even active duty military, still every day is Memorial Day because you always think about the brothers and sisters in arms that you've lost. I mean, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think at least about 10 brothers that aren't here anymore with me. So it's very, it's great that on a national scale, everybody can take one day to remember the fallen, the heroes that came before us that give us the land of the free and the home of the brave. But for veterans and active duty military, literally every day is Memorial Day. Yeah.
Well, we would like to thank all the men and women in the service that serve us, and all to the family that actually sacrifice their time away from their family. Because that's, even though they didn't serve in the military, they are still part of the military.
Of course, there's a lot of struggles. I mean, when I was still active duty, there's times where you show up at work in the morning and you don't come back for a couple weeks because something came up and you got to go. And it's just, there's nothing you can do about it. So it's like, quick call to the wife, hey, I got to go. I'll be back in a few weeks. Can't tell you where I'm going, and I get home when I get home, type of thing. So it happens.
Thank you for the dedication that you actually you provided to our country. I wouldn't be here. Actually, you fought for my freedom and for the freedom of all the people in the in the world. It's not only in the U.S. actually.
Yeah, America is the 911 force for the entire globe.
Yes.
I mean. Yes, we were founded. We were founded on a nation of immigrants. I mean, I'm a third generation American. My great grandfather came over here from Italy. He was actually killed by the mob.
Do you cook?
Oh yeah, I love cooking. Before I got in the Marine Corps, I actually worked in restaurants for like 10 years. For everything from your basic, McDonald's, Subway, Burger King I worked at, and to like Chili's and Applebee's. I used to run kitchens and stuff like
Wow.
that. I love cooking. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, I think it shows.
Well, that's the Italian side. I mean, it's all those injuries. I'm not as active as I used to be. I've had multiple. I've had over 10 surgeries. I've had 2 neck surgeries, 2 shoulder surgeries, a leg surgery, lower back surgery, 4 hip surgeries. I have metal plates and
Holy
screws
cow.
in
So are you-
screws here,
so
metal,
are you a
metal
robot?
hips. I'm
You're a robot.
yeah, I'm like RoboCop, bionic marine. I mean, people call me all different things. I'm really fun to travel with at TSA because I set up all metal detectors. I always got to go through the little, body
You
scanner.
still go through the TSA to go into the airport?
Yeah, well, I
Even though
usually
you guys
call.
are-
Yeah, I call ahead. They have this program called TSA Cares, and if you
Uh-huh.
call them, if you're, at least with veterans, I call them up saying, I'm a disabled veteran. I'm going to come through the airport, and they usually have an escort that comes down and helps us through. But it's always something. Yeah, when I travel, when I walk long distances, I usually have a cane with me. Short distances, I'm okay, but my back and my legs start giving out after a while, so I have to travel with a cane, and then it's like. I've got my cane on the airplane, and it's like it becomes a big ordeal. So,
Oh.
but I mean, it is what it is.
So you said you were in the Marine Corps.
Yes.
So what other countries did you travel to, or have you been to 51 states around the U.S. already?
Well, I've been through a lot of states, not all through the military, but I was stationed in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. So then, of course, I was up and down the coast doing different military schools. Of course, I've been to different states. Then I was stationed at Camp Pendleton, and then of course I was overseas in Iraq. We took a ship over to Persian Gulf, so I've been through the Middle East and stuff like that. So it's been to a few places.
So how many tours did you take when you were in the military?
I actually only got to do one tour in 2003 when the actual the Iraq War kicked off. I got injured in combat. I got like a 90% disability rating for combat injuries, but because I got injured the first time, when I was having surgeries. They went back a second time, so that I had to stay back during the second tour during OIF 2, and then by that point, after my unit came back again, the doctors told me,
No.
you can't,
What
you
is
can't do
IOF?
this anymore.
What is IOF?
Operation Iraqi Freedom, Operation
Oh.
Enduring Freedom. It's OEF, and that's from 2003 timeframe moving forward. They had Operation Enduring Freedom and then Operation Iraqi Freedom. Enduring Freedom was part of Afghanistan, and then we moved forward from there.
So I heard that there is this special forces in the military. Is that correct?
Well, yeah. Well,
What are those?
the Army itself has a Special Forces branch called Special Forces, and then the Army also has Rangers. They have Green Berets. Then the Navy has SEALs. The Marines have Marine Reconnaissance and Force Recon. Now we're back to being called Raiders and MARSOC, Community Marine Special Operations Command. The Air Force has PJs, which are pararescue. They also have combat controllers. Air Force now has an SF unit, but it's their security forces. But there's a lot of different specialized units within each branch. I mean, even the Coast Guard has a few.
So do you? I'm just curious. So do you actually? Well, it depends what special force you're at.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have do you hold special weapons kind of thing? Different
Well,
weapons?
absolutely. Every different unit it breaks down into different sections. Like the Navy SEALs, they have different SEAL teams that have different missions and things to do. So depending on what SEAL team you're attached to, depends on what your primary mission is and then what kind of weapons that you're using. But most individuals that are attached to any type of Special Forces unit or Special Operations Command unit are cross-trained on different weapon systems.
Oh wow, interesting, isn't it, viewers?
Yeah.
Well, we have a lot more of questions to ask, and I know we have few minutes to go, so I'm gonna actually take you for two segment if that's okay.
Yeah, whatever you need. I'm good.
Yeah, and are you married?
Yes.
Oh,
I
you're
am.
married. So you were married before you were in the military, is that correct?
Yeah, I was married while I was in the military, and then I was divorced while I was in the military. Then I got out, got married again, then divorced again, then married again, then divorced again, and now married to the
I like
right
this
woman.
guy because every time I have questions in mind, he start answering my questions without me actually opening my
Yes.
mouth. That's
If at first you don't succeed, try again. And
Right.
I just
How many
kept
times
trying.
you've been married?
4.
4.
Yes.
Okay, Chris is 4 too.
Chris is on his 4th? Yeah, I believe so.
No, I think it's 4. So,
Yeah, we're tied.
see, this is what I
It's
know.
a competition with military guys. We're very competitive, even when it comes down to our relationships. We want to. No, I'm joking. That's not true. I'm making a joke. We're not getting divorced just because everybody else is. That's not a thing.
Yeah, well, that's my that's where I come up to. My next question is, I noticed that a lot of military actually got divorced or married many times,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not exactly sure. Well, I'm kind of sure because of I think the time away from each other. Probably that's one. It's really really hard to be away from your husband or your significant other.
Right, your spouse and then your children and stuff like that.
Yes.
So that does weigh on some marriages. I mean, everybody's got their own individual story of why they've been divorced and married multiple times. I can only talk from my own personal aspect of things, but while I was in, there was just a lot of issues, and then it just became too much, so we ended up getting divorced. I mean, we remained friends. I mean, I'm still friends with all my ex-wives. It's kind of sad to say. It's like, all my ex-wives, we're still friends.
That's really, really good.
Well, because of the children, like, we're very, our focus is on the children. Like, our relationship didn't work, the marriage didn't work fine, whatever, but we have kids together. So I have kids with all of my, all of my wives.
How many kids you have?
We're a blended family, so we got a combined total of 10 children.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
my youngest is 6, the oldest is 22. So.
22, oh my God, and you're 45, huh?
Yeah. And I actually have 2.
You work so hard all through the years.
I'm telling you, it's a good Marine Corps train. I actually have 2 kids that are active duty right now. Put them both in the Army, though. I sent both my children to the Army. I kind of steered them away from the Marine Corps because I wanted them to have a little bit more options when they got out. For me personally, it was with everything that happened to me, I didn't have a lot of options when I got out of the military service. So with them, I wanted them to get more education and training. And of course, one of my sons, Brandon, I wanted him to go into something that, wearing a white coat, anything like that, you're always guaranteed a job. And so he joined the Army and ended up going infantry. So he's actually stationed up in Washington State. I'm like, so now he's driving.
Was that their choice or it's your choice?
No, it's their choice. I mean, I tried to guide them. And then, so my other son, Devin, he's actually still in his A school, which is his military occupational specialty school for the Army, and he's actually learning how to be a rigger. So he's going to rig parachutes for personnel and equipment.
Aww.
And he loves it. He's having a blast. And he's not even 18 yet. He doesn't turn 18 until July.
Oh my God.
And he's already been through boot camp, went to jump school, and now he's in rigger school. So he's having a blast.
Yeah,
so.
my daughter is 17 and she's like, Mom, should I go to the Air Force? I'm like, I told my son before, I don't want you to go to the military. And then now my daughter is like, honey, it's your choice. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's a great opportunity. There's a lot of great things to do in the military. Air Force, there's a lot of great jobs out there. And Air Force has a lot of money because they're Air Force. Rich. They have everything.
Should I find an Air Force guy then?
Just kidding. The Air Force itself is rich. The individuals, we all get paid the same.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, that's a little different. Yeah, except the doctors. Doctors make more money. Like
I was just kidding.
Nuclear medicine for the Navy. There you go. Go for a Navy doctor. But, yeah.
Well, so when you were in the military, did you? I heard that a lot of military people actually put kind of like a notepad that they, what do you call that? Diary.
Okay, a journal.
A journal. Yeah. So do you do that?
I actually did when I was in Iraq in 2003. I kept a little journal of events when I was out there, just for my own personal thing, because there was a lot of stuff going on in 2003. So we had a lot of movement. Actually, my unit got a presidential unit citation because we had something like 28 days of sustained combat.
What does that mean?
It means we were literally fighting every day. It was nonstop fighting. So at one point for like 3 days, I didn't sleep because we had so much stuff going on. And all of our men, fortunately, for that first go round.
That's why I venerate a lot all of our military people, because that's what they go through every single day. You don't know when you're gonna get shot, and probably you wouldn't make it. So that's why we came up to this day, Memorial Day celebration. Right. Every single year. And do you know that in 1968 to 1979, they used to actually celebrate Memorial Day every May 30th.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then they changed it to last Monday every May.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Just made it easier because it was falling on different days, so it's like whenever May 30th fell, that's when you would do it, but now it's just, it's the last Monday. It just makes it easier.
Yeah.
That way you could take your weekend off. Because it falls in the middle of the week, it's, what are you going to do? So
and that's the time they actually do their barbecue, outside barbecue.
Well, some people barbecue, some people go to the military cemeteries. We have one out here in Boulder City where you go and put the flags on and stuff like that. So I used to take my children out there and do that. This year I was actually out of town this year, so it was nice. Took the kids up to Bryan Head for the weekend, just to get up to Utah and just get away from the city for a little bit.
Well, we have more things to talk about with Jason, so we will be right back, viewers. Don't go away.